All right, guys, welcome back after our short break. Let us quickly move on with our lesson. So the next question we are saying, the table below shows the number of males and females working at call centers for a marketing company across the country. Study the table and answer the question that follow. Right, so here we say table 1, and it's on the number of males and females working at call centers. And also important to note here is that we listed the call centers from A to J, and that gives us 10 call centers. So that's important to know how many call centers we are working with. Then we also indicated our males and our females. And then we listed, for example, at call center A, we have 95 male workers. And then, for example, call center A, we have 99 female call center agents, right? So it's always good to first familiarize yourself with what is presented to you, okay? See what's it about, take some 30 seconds to a minute and see what the data is all about. Now let's move on to our first question. Remember, it's still the same context. So here we are saying the range of the number of male call center agents is 43. Calculate the missing value at call center F. Now if you go to our table, you can see there's nothing here, no? Okay? Hence, we are saying calculate the missing value at call center F, which represent the highest number of male call center agents. Okay? So that is what we need to do. Now, remember, we always start with the formula first. Now, in this case, what is our hint here? We gave you the range. Okay? So how do I calculate the range? We say range equals our highest value minus our lowest value. Remember I said always, when we do maths or mathematical literacy, step 1 is we start with our formula. Step number 2, I'm going to substitute into my formula, meaning I'll find within my context the applicable values and I'll plug it where it needs to be plugged in. Right, so based on the context, what do I know? I know that the range of the number of male call center agents is 43. So therefore, I'm going to substitute by saying the range equals 43. Right? Now I see, what else do I know? What else is known to me based on, and remember we are working with the males, not the females, the males, right? So based on my formula that says range equals highest minus lowest value, what else do I know? It says here, okay, calculate the missing value at call center F, which represent the highest number. So do I know what the highest number is? No. Right? I'm looking for the highest number. So therefore, I'm going to keep H, which represent the highest number. So meaning, looking at the males, I can find the lowest number. Right? So let's go through them. 95, 94, 77, 72, 92, 73, 95, 92, 54. I'm sure you'll agree with me that 54 is the lowest value here. So therefore, I'm going to say 54. Okay? So now, I'm looking for the highest value. But my formula here says I'm calculating the range. So therefore, it becomes important now to change the subject of the formula. So now I'm going to make the highest value the subject of the formula. And then I'm going to say this 54, remember here, normally we subtract. I'm going to do the inverse operation. I'm going to say plus 43. Remember, if I subtract now, I will never get the highest number. Okay, then my sum will be completely wrong. Therefore, I did the inverse operation of subtraction and I added. So therefore, I'm going to say 54 plus 43 equals. So therefore, your answer here, the highest value will be 97. Guys, I hope this is clear to all of you. Just quickly, if you look at this to test whether your answer is correct, remember how do we calculate range? We say highest value minus lowest value. Looking at what is presented to us, we know our highest value is 97. We know our lowest value is 43. So we say to get the range, we take highest value minus lowest value. So if you say 97 minus 43, you get exactly the lowest value or the range of 50. Sorry, I'm wrong here. Let's quickly recap that. We said range equals highest value minus the lowest value, which is 54. Right? Now, if I type this in, 97 minus 54, it gives us 43. So we are saying the range is 43. If I read the opening sentence here, it says the range of the number of male call center agents is 43. So therefore, our answer is 100% correct. Guys, I hope that makes sense to all of you. Let's look at our question number 2. Question number 2 says one of the call center agents stated that the IQR for the female call center agents working at call centers is 42. Verify, showing all calculations, whether her statement is valid. Now please note, this is a level 4 question. You can't just say yes or no. It says here, showing all calculations, right? So you need to show calculations in order to validate your reasoning, right? Or your conclusion, basically. So before we can say it is valid or not valid, we have to do some calculation. Now, okay, so how do we calculate the IQR, or what is needed for the IQR is quartile 3 and quartile 1. We don't have that values as yet. Remember, we are working with the females, and as I've indicated before, we have to make sure that we arrange our data set in ascending order. Now, looking at the females, we can see it's not yet arranged, right? Because it's 99, 101, 58, 54, 90, 90, 51, 90, 77, 63. So step number 1, let us quickly arrange our numbers. Okay, and please work with me. Looking at our data set here, I'll say the first value or the lowest value is 51, right? Scratch it out. Followed by 54. Thereafter, I see a 58, 63, then 77, then I have 3 90s. So I listed all 3 of them. Then I have 99. And then I have 101, which is our biggest value. So let's make sure that we have all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so they're all there. So I completed my step 1 by arranging it in ascending order. Step number 2, now I'm going to find my quartiles. Remember, and I'm going to write this down here. The question itself says that the IQR is 42. We need to see whether that's true. So I'm going to write here, IQR equals Q3 minus Q1. Now my question is, do I need quartile 2, my median? No, because when I look at my formula, quartile 2 is not mentioned there. So I'm not going to calculate, in this case, my quartile 2. So what I'll do is I'll go straight and divide my data set into 2 equal parts. So meaning 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the other side. Are we clear on that? So what needs to happen now, I'm going to work with the left-hand side as if that's my only data set. So meaning 51, 54, 58, 63, and 77. I'm going to look at that, and I'm going to find the median, right? So looking at this, I'm sure you'll agree that 58 is exactly in the middle. So therefore, 58 now becomes my quartile 1. Right, and let me write it down so that you can see. So quartile 1, the lowest quartile is 58. So now I'm going to do exactly the same with the other half of my data, right? 90, 90, 90, 99, and 101. So I'm sure you will agree that now the median of this side of the data, the middle number, is 90, right? So therefore, I'm going to indicate here that this is quartile 3, and I'll write it down. Quartile 3 is 90. Okay, so now, remember the question stated the IQR is 42. Now I'm going to determine the IQR by using my quartiles, right? Quartile 3, we are saying is 90, minus quartile 1, we determined is 58. Now let's say 90 minus our 58 equals. Now, when I do this calculation, I see that my IQR equals 32. So therefore, it's so important to go and say, therefore, based on your calculations, this statement is invalid or it's not true. Guys, are we clear on this? Remember, the statement was made that the IQR is 42. We've done our calculations. We arrived at an answer of 32. So therefore, we have to say that this statement is invalid. It's not true. And always remember that you based your conclusion based on your answer. Guys, I hope that makes sense. All right. I want to say, guys, let's take a quick break. After the break, let's quickly wrap up of what we've done in today's lesson. See you now.